when I looked at the score, I didn't say anything. My eyes were just like...
Looking at the score is already pretty much a challenge.
I found it very tricky.
It's like a very difficult piece.
I opened it up and I saw molto vivace and I said, oh, okay.
There's so many notes, and then Gabriela's tempo markings are so fast. And so I, at the very beginning, thought I just have to get this piece up to tempo.
I took it at what an old mentor used to say, tempo del lerno. Just...
In the first page, she writes that it's a sort of musical maze and that she hopes that the pianist will enjoy it, and I did.
It was kind of like a maze, and you sort of had to, figure out your way through it.
Slow practice, and then more slow practice.
She wrote that she didn't write very many markings because she wanted to hear what we would do individually.
More slow practice.
You speak of it like putting together a puzzle.
Exactly, it is a puzzle. But it turns out to be the most beautiful picture, really. This piece is wonderful.
I really actually enjoyed it.
It really was a sort of treasure hunt for me.
I kind of treated the piece as sort of a playground that I could play around with.
You have to analyze the piece, and then you discover you can do something by yourself.
Every time I play it, it's like I discovered so many ways to do every single phrase, which is the fun of it.
I think it's one of the most interesting processes, just trying to figure out what each bar means and how it goes from one bar to the next.
Sometimes I thought, you know what, am I doing a little bit too much here? She didn't write, ritardando, and I'm doing a really big one. And then I thought, she wrote that she wanted us to be able to show our personalities.
Here's a fortissimo there, here's a fortissimo there, here's a fortissimo there. Are they the same fortissimos? All of these sorts of interesting things were kind of popping up of all right, how do we make this come to life? The challenge that I looked forward to trying to uncover.
If Gabrielle is listening to this, I'm really sorry if when you wrote a metronome mark for a whole section, you really meant that whole section.
My girlfriend told me when I played this piece for her, she said, can you just for once stop being so German? And I guess I played this piece too Germanic in a sense. Coming from Bach and Beethoven, I was in this very precise mood and played literally every single note how it's written. And she said, no, I don't think this music is about this. You have to be a little more free, you have to enjoy it, you have to play around with rubato and all these kind of things. And well, I guess I can't deny that it still was somewhat German, but I tried to be as Latin American as I could.
Sometimes I hear, ragtime, of course, and jazz elements, and Godowski, Rachmaninoff, Chopin, and yeah. And sometimes cowboy songs.
I hear like a rock 3 cadenza bit. The ending is like similar to La Vault. Yeah.
Oh, is that a Rachmaninoff piece? Is that a Gershwin thing? It could be everything because she has so much music in her mind.
A few days ago, I had a sort of eureka moment. I was like, actually, there's so much nostalgia in this piece. Even at the end with the climax, there's a touch of regret in all of the phrases there, which I feel is very beautiful and very meaningful.
It's kind of that Rachmaninoff element.
Yes,
there.
exactly. It's like even in the biggest D major, it's still sad. It's melancholy.